This broadcast is streamed and produced by Midnight Sports. It is not affiliated with any hockey organization, club, or team. Midnight Sports is comprised of hockey parents who stream games for friends and family who cannot attend the games in person. Today's broadcast features D-Biz on production and camera and CDS on commentary. We hope you enjoy it.
Hello and good morning, hockey fans. Welcome on into Abe Stark Sports Center here in Coney Island, Brooklyn. We've got a good one for you today as the Peconic Wildcats have driven west to take on the New York Stars in Long Island Amateur Hockey League qualifying play. A little bit of background for you on how these qualifier games work. Whether a team ends up going to the New York State tournament in the spring is determined by how that team does in a single elimination play-in tournament in early March. How a team is seeded for that single elimination play-in tournament in March is determined by how a team does in these qualifying games. As such, these games matter for rankings in that play-in tournament. A win here or a loss there is not the end-all be-all for the play-in tournament. Those results merely affect seeding. That said, teams want to put their best foot forward, potentially receive a bye in the first round of that play-in tournament, and put themselves in position to play teams most advantageous to advancing to the state tournament. The too long didn't read version, LIAHL qualifier wins help a lot, but losses are not catastrophic to a team's chances of going to the state tournament. More specifically for today, the Peconic Wildcats come in as something of a mystery. They're 8-2-1 on the season, but they don't have any opponents in common yet with the Stars. The Wildcats are plying their trade this year in the LIAHL Tier 3 tournament-bound division with the Stars and also in the EJEPL Futures 2 division. A reminder, the Stars are in Division 1. That's why you haven't seen the Wildcats just yet. Most recently, the Wildcats beat the Long Island Rinks by a score of 6-4, dropped the Ramapo Saints 9-0, and lost to the Long Island Kings 1-7. This is a team that can score, boasting a plus 25 goal differential on the season, meaning in 11 games, they've scored 25 more goals than they've given up. And finally, their rating on MyHockey, an independent ranking website for hockey teams nationally, comes in at 76.92, just 0.06 points lower than the Stars rating. The difference between those ratings is supposed to convey how many goals a team can be expected to win by. Of course, every game is different, and the ratings are just a rough approximation. The Stars come into today's game on a 5-game unbeaten streak, having most recently taken down the Delco Phantoms 16U team twice last weekend by scores of 7-2 and 8-2. Those games were hard fought and a touch closer than the final score lines indicate. With that said, the Stars would love to continue their unbeaten streak here today. A programming note for you: tomorrow, the Stars hit the road and head to Ashton, Pennsylvania to take on the 15U Diamond Delco Phantoms in 2 EJEPL games. You can see it right there on your screen. That is a different Delco team than the one that visited Coney Island last weekend. Subject to carrier restrictions, we'll have all the action tomorrow on Midnight Sports starting at 11:45 a.m. and then continuing for the doubleheader at 4:15 p.m. from Pennsylvania. But first, it's the Wildcats and the Stars right here on Midnight Sports. Grab a coffee and then stick around. Puck drop for period 1 coming up next. let's get you set. Puck drop period 1. About to get underway here. It's going to be Fauci taking this drop for the Stars. Diatelli in net to start. He of the undefeated season in the blue paint thus far. And it'll be Schulman out there with McCarthy as well as the wingers. Farrow and Leshner as the defensive pair. We're ready to roll here at Abe Stark Sports Center in Coney Island, Brooklyn. Puck's dropped, and Peconic wins that back toward their goaltender. Firing in is Schulman on the forecheck. Forces his man into a pass at the near half wall. But the Wildcats are going to be able to get this up and out of the zone. Streaking through the neutral zone come the Wildcats. They touch that on all the way to the end boards. Harassed there by Farrow, or the Wildcats, who look to set up something here in the offensive zone in the early going. A reminder, 3 periods here today. It's not an EJ game. Look out, shot comes in, goes wide of the cage from the mid slot there. And the Stars jam that out of the zone. It'll be McCarthy on the forecheck, trying to push it farther. Puck's going to come all the way back to Fauci. Works that up past the blue line again. Peconic will have to reset. And it'll be Fauci now picking up the puck at the far corner on the forehand, rimming that all the way around toward Bizarro. Bizarro on the ice now at the near half wall. He delays, waits, escapes the zone toward Leshner. Leshner kicks that out of the zone, and fortunately for the Stars, as the Wildcats were breaking right back in, but they're offside. 14:08 left to play here in the first period. Our first stoppage in play, just 52 seconds into this game. And it'll be the Bizarro Nicolaitis Fisher line out there to take this draw. Nicolaitis wins that over toward Bizarro, who curls with the puck back to his own end, and now he finds Viscoso in the defensive end. Gorloff out there with him as the defensive pairing, and both of them will turn now to try and pick up this puck in their own end. Peconic all over Gorloff there, but he's able to get it to Bizarro, who works it up for Nicolaitis, who finds Fisher. It's a mini 2-on-1. Fisher driven just a bit wide. He sends that shot and nearly tipped home by Nicolaitis. Instead, it goes up and over the cage, and Stars will have to reset in the offensive zone. It's now up to Gorloff in the slot, but that puck rolls on everyone. Viscoso will turn. He'll be first to this puck in his own end as he uses the boards to get that up and across the blue line, so Peconic has to clear the zone. Stars take over again in their own end. It's Viscoso, works that over toward Gorloff, right in front of the net. Bouncing puck chopped out of the air nicely there by Gorloff. And he'll work that puck up and out of the zone. That was right in front of the net. Gorloff, with the silky mitts, takes that out of the air and then out of the zone. Peconic will dump in now from center ice, turning his Viscoso to pick up in the near corner. Russo and Schulman out there now, along with McCarthy, as the 3 forwards. Stars making some quick changes here as McCarthy receives that puck into the slot, tries to send that home. Stick gets in the way, and the puck rolls all the way to the near corner. He'll rack that around toward Russo. Russo returns the favor toward McCarthy, who takes it out of the air, and it's going to be touched here by the Stars, but on a hand pass. That faceoff's going to come outside the offensive zone. Just 12:47 left to go here in the first. It's going to be a faceoff just outside the Stars' offensive zone. It's Farrow and Schaefer there. The Stars are a little bit shorthanded here today, and so they're mixing and matching lines as we move forward in this first LIAHL qualifier for the Stars this young season. It's Russo and McCarthy all over their men in front of the advertising boards over there as Farrow jams that farther. Then the puck sits at center ice momentarily until the Wildcats come away with it. So Wildcats into the offensive zone now. Throw that toward the slot. Cut out nicely, though, by Russo. Racks that around the boards. Not out of the zone just yet as Peconic's able to keep, dump all the way into the far side. They'll pick it up at the far half wall. Stars working tirelessly now to get this puck out of the zone. It's Russo who delayed nicely, found McCarthy, and it's Schulman up the right wing. He's going to get to the blue line and dump on in so the Stars can complete a change. Puck sits in the blue paint momentarily. Peconic with a lot of ice and time right now as the Stars were making that change. Trying to skate that up farther are the Wildcats, cut out first by Nicolaitis. And then Polisi, seeing his first action of the day, tries to work that toward Bizarro. Nicolaitis picks up the loose change. Tight angle shot hits the outside of the right post. And onward we play here as Peconic tries to gain possession behind their own net. They work it up to the far half wall. They delay now. And they're gummed up by Nicolaitis momentarily. Haven't escaped the zone just yet. Look out, it's Bizarro on the backhand looking for Nicolaitis across the blue paint. Couldn't be touched home. Great defensive play there by the Wildcats on the stick lift. And Nicolaitis could not touch that one home after his stick was taken away from him. Ensuing shot comes in, goes wide of the cage. And the Stars try and pick it up in the near corner and then jam it out of the defensive zone. Peconic, though, gets in the way. They curl at the dot. They throw one wide of the cage, hits the back iron. And the Stars will look to pick it up now through Schaefer. Schaefer on the puck. skating that up toward the blue line and does send it out of the zone. Peconic picks it up in front of their own bench, tries to work it diagonally through neutral ice, but without possession. Peconic man dropped there by Nico Viscoso. No surprise to anyone who's watched a Stars game this season. It'll be Peconic dumping that in. Comes into the low slot. Russo there first. Sends that up to the near point. McCarthy now leaves it for Schulman. Schulman has Fauci streaking with him. Sends a shot in. Hits the goaltender's stick, and Peconic picks it up and sends it right out of the zone. 4.5 minutes played here at Abe Stark Sports Center. The team's still feeling each other out right now, but look out, it's Peconic. Shot goes high of the cage there, and the Stars will try and pick it up at the end boards. It's Viscoso behind his own net now, working that puck off the glass, out of the zone. Both teams playing just a bit conservatively as they feel each other out. It's a 3-on-2 here for the Stars. Fauci picks up the puck at the top of the circle, tries to send that across ice. It's jammed home there. Oh, it was Fauci to Schulman to, it looks like, McCarthy. And that's a Stars goal. 10-11 left to go here in the first. And McCarthy pots one for the Stars. Now it looks like Schulman and Fauci will get the apples on that one. But that is a Stars lead. Just shy of 5 minutes into this one. Nicolaitis at the dot, wins the ensuing faceoff. Pizarro takes it in stride, dumps it in the offensive zone. Peconic can't quite clear at the far half wall. And now it's Nicolaitis following up. Stars able to keep the zone there. Wonderful play there by Nicolaitis and Gorloff as Fisher and Nicolaitis all over their man in the far corner. Puck's just thrown to the Peconic net front. Nothing doing there. Nobody home for the Stars as they were in on the forecheck, and now the Wildcats will come the other way. They try and go around Gorloff on the backhand there. Throw it in front. Can't be touched home as Gorloff upends his man. And that saucer pass to the back post didn't connect, so it's Pizarro coming right back the other way. A bit of a track meet in the early going here for the Stars and the Wildcats. Pizarro leaves it there. And that shot by Nicolaitis sent just over the shoulder of the Peconic netminder. And now the Wildcats will try and pick this puck up in the offensive zone. It's a 2-on-1 as they delay. Great work by Schaefer to gum up that pass to the slot. And the fans here love it. It's now Nicolaitis in for support with Schaefer. He'll emerge with the puck. Will James Nicolaitis. And then he leaves it there for Fisher. Fisher works that puck all the way to the weak side on Pizarro. Pizarro now cutting toward the slot on the backhand. He leaves it for Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis rips the shot, hits the right leg pad of the Wildcats goaltender. And we get a stoppage in play with 8:59 left to go here in the first period. It's Stars 1, Peconic 0. Shots 3-2 in the Stars' favor. And they're looking to tilt this ice without giving up any odd man rushes in the other direction. It'll be Russo at the dot. He wins that forward. Peconic tries to take over in their own zone. It's McCarthy working hard to get that puck onto a teammate's stick. Instead, Peconic able to jam that out of the zone. This should go for an icing. Arms raised. There's the whistle. 8:46 left to go in the first. We'll do it all over again at the Stars' offensive end. And it'll be Russo, McCarthy, and Schulman as the forwards. Leshner and Farrow as the defenders. Stars in their home whites today, going left to right on your television screen. Peconic in their road light blues. And Peconic able to win that faceoff, jam it out of the zone. It'll be Leshner picking it up for Farrow, who returns the pass right over to Leo Leshner. Now the puck in the neutral zone. Some good stick work there by McCarthy, able to separate his man from the puck and get that all the way to the near half wall. Not any deeper just yet until Schulman finds McCarthy. Shot comes in. Saved. The Russo shot saved blocker side by the Peconic goalie. And the puck goes all the way to the far corner. And now Peconic with a little bit of time to feather something out. It's a 1-on-2 for Peconic, but they're just happy to escape the zone as Schulman tries to dump that loose puck deeper from the neutral zone. Hits a skate, and Peconic tries to jam it in deeper. Big time hits right in front of the Stars bench. The puck, though, is all the way down at the other end. In the Peconic defensive end, the Wildcats will take over with a little bit of time and space there. Pizarro on the forecheck forces his man to pass it up to center ice, but now Peconic finds some purchase in the offensive zone, looking for a streaking player in the slot. They found him. They shoot. They go wide of the cage. Oh, my. Just a little bit over the cage. Fauci's stick in the way sent that shot high and wide of the cage, and so we play on here. It's Polisi now trying to work the puck out of the zone. He does with an assist from Fauci as Pizarro curls with the puck at the Stars logo. It's Pizarro dancing around his man, pushed all the way into the near corner comes Pizarro, and now he'll dance around that same man again. Look to go just to the side of the cage. Shot comes just wide. Oh, Polisi at the top of the blue paint. Look to put that one home. Peconic will clear that for an icing just to escape the Stars' pressure. 7:14 left to go here in the first period. It was a nice position for a shot there from Polisi, but there was a lot of traffic in front of the net, and he shot it just wide, trying to pick the top corner and avoid that traffic. Ensuing faceoff will be Nicolaitis. He wins that over toward Russo, sends it up to the far point. Now coming in is Gorloff. Shot comes in, saved nicely there by the Wildcats. And that puck's going to come to the near point. It's Viscoso out there trying to dance in. Too many Peconic players in the way, and so Viscoso will back off. But Nicolaitis with a good zone keep. Russo now gives chase at the end boards. He's got Fisher there for support. Fisher comes away with it, throws it in front. Bouncing puck in the blue paint, stick to side there by the Peconic defenders. And that puck's going to roll all the way out of the zone. It's Viscoso for Gorloff. Gorloff on the forehand is going to send that in, but it'll be an icing as he hadn't gained the line. 6:40 left to go here in the first period. Stars pushing for a second. The Wildcats happy to get an offensive zone draw coming up here after they nearly potted one, but Fauci got his stick in the way and sent that high and wide. And so Diatelli not called into action on Peconic's best chance so far. It'll be the Stars now winning that faceoff. Viscoso turns, leaves it over toward Gorloff. Gorloff now picks it up at the far half wall, uses the glass, gets it out of the zone. Nicolaitis streaking on the forecheck there. Nearly took the puck off his man and had Fisher headed toward the net. Peconic will dump on in. Gorloff turns in the far corner to pick that puck up on the backhand, leaves it for Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis has Fisher and Russo ahead of him. Tries to find Fisher on that pass, just a little bit out of his reach, and the Wildcats pick up behind their own cage. It's the Wildcats now working that puck up, not out of the zone on the first try, but on the second they get it. Gorloff tries to dump in. Good thing for the Stars that it hit the linesman, though, as the Stars hadn't cleared the zone at first. We tick under 6 minutes left to go here in the first. Peconic able to work that puck up through the neutral zone as the Stars were making a change. They're in the slot. They shoot high. Rebound comes just wide, and the ensuing shot is kicked aside by Diatelli. Puck now sits at the end wall. Harassed there by Fauci are the Wildcats. Viscoso mans his post at the near post, and he comes away with the puck there. He's going to work that up and out of the zone. It's McCarthy now getting on his horse. Icing waved here as it got close enough to a Wildcats defender. McCarthy takes a hit. Take his man out of the play, though, and Schulman dumps that in deeper. McCarthy all over the puck at that far corner. Look out. Farrow has it in the slot. He sends a shot in. It was deflected and just hit the low padding there of the Peconic goaltender. So 5:21 left to go here in the first period. It'll be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. They'll have Fauci out there with Schulman and McCarthy as the forward. Schaefer and Farrow as the defenders. It's Schulman shooting one in. He scores. Oh my, from the half wall. Schulman able to pot there as he took a one-timer off the boards and sent it home. Oh, quick face-off win there for the Stars. And Schulman does the rest as he takes that on the volley. Puts it in the back of the cage. 5:18 left to go here in the first. It's Stars 2. Peconic nothing. Fauci at the center ice dot. Wins that forward, and it's McCarthy streaking into the zone. He's got Schulman headed toward the net. Couldn't quite thread it to him as Fauci keeps the zone. McCarthy now dances into the blue paint, tries to tuck that in just in case the Wildcats goalie was cheating, but he wasn't. And we play onward. At the far dot comes the puck. No one in possession yet until the Wildcats do settle that puck down and send it out of their defensive zone. McCarthy in the way of that breakout pass breaks right back into the offensive zone. The Stars want more with 4:50 left to go here in the first period. Peconic looking to clear the zone. They use the dasher there. Puck comes up to Farrow at the far point. Threads a nice pass in toward Fauci. Now in the blue paint are the Stars. They shoot. Saved nicely by the Wildcats. And so, puck comes up to Fauci at the far point again. Peconic able to cut out that dump in, and it's a 3-on-2 coming the other way as McCarthy gets back to even the odds. Puck now into the slot. Rolling puck sits there and comes all the way to the end boards. Peconic trying to throw something into the slot. Bouncing puck at first couldn't be settled by the Wildcats, and it'll be Schulman with some speed. He gains the line. He dumps in so the Stars can make a complete change here. Smart play by the goal scorer. Now Bizarro in on the forecheck. Peconic works it up toward the offensive blue line, but not past Viscoso, who goes point to point for Leshner. Leshner now trying to get that puck into the neutral zone. He does. Peconic comes in just a bit offside. So with 4 minutes even left to go here in the first, it's Stars 2, Peconic nothing from Abe Stark Sports Center early on a Saturday morning. Nice and rainy down here at Coney Island, but because you were smart enough to tune into Midnight Sports. You're nice and dry on your couch. It'll be the Stars winning that faceoff through Nicolaitis. Leshner turns in his own zone to pick up the puck. It's on the backhand. He'll rim that off the dasher all the way toward Bizarro. A nice home bounce there for the Stars defenseman. Bizarro finds a streaking Polisi. Puck comes off his stick on the right wing, and so the Stars reset in the neutral zone. They'll dump that puck into the near half wall. Bizarro able to cut out that breakout pass at first, and now the bouncing puck just sticked farther by the Wildcats out of the zone. It's Viscoso covering at the red line, picks up the puck, and he's going to come back up strong side for Leshner. Leshner now on the puck, streaking up the right wing is the defenseman. He loads up, he shoots, bouncing puck goes just wide after a double deflection, and it's Bizarro now in on the forecheck. Nicolaitis over to cover for this puck. He's got it at the far corner, works it up to the point. Puck just came out of the zone there. Viscoso thought he was going to be able to load up, but just not enough real estate in the offensive zone for the Stars. 3:12 left to go in the first period. Stars offside. Faceoff coming just outside their offensive zone. It'll be Fauci, Russo, and Fisher as the forwards. Gorloff and Schaefer as the defensive pair. Peconic works that puck up and out of the zone. Gorloff there, though. He's going to dance in top of the circle. Tries to go around his man. Puck rolls toward Fisher. Gorloff picks it up again. Jams it farther, and Fisher all over his man on the back check. Schaefer cuts out that zone exit. Takes a little hit to do so, and then Fauci dumps that in deeper. It's Fisher firing in at the end boards now, trying to eliminate his man from the play. Instead, Peconic's going to get it at the half wall. Russo takes a heavy hit. Stops his man, though, as the puck comes out to Gorloff in the neutral zone. Gorloff goes over toward Schaefer. Schaefer on the puck now, and he'll just dump in and man the far point. It's Russo trying to get the puck before his man does. He's all over the Wildcats, man, as the puck's in the near corner. Fauci tries to work that puck out farther. Russo on the puck still in the near corner. Russo looking net front. Finds Fisher there. Gets handcuffed by the pass a little bit. Shot comes in anyway. Fisher scores. Well, just like that. It's the Stars 3. The Wildcats nothing. That was Russo for Fisher from behind the net. 2:22 left to go here in the first period. And Fisher finds the twine behind the Wildcats goaltender. Stars 3, Peconic 0. Ensuing faceoff, won by Nicolaitis over toward McCarthy. McCarthy has Schulman streaking into the slot. Schulman shoots, saved nicely there by the Wildcats goaltender. And so with 2:16, it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Stars coming up here in the first period. Well, Nicolaitis at the near dot, tries to win that over toward the slot, takes it himself, finds McCarthy. McCarthy with the jam shot, saved nicely by Peconic. And so Schaefer picks up the puck at the far dot, far point, tries to send it in deeper, but it hits a skate, so the Stars will send that all the way in with icing wave. Peconic at their own end boards. They work it over toward Schulman, who works that on a reverse for McCarthy in the far corner. It's McCarthy in the far corner now, kicking that puck over toward Schulman. Schulman tries to work it farther. Peconic gets in the way, and Nicolaitis gets in the way of that zone exit at least momentarily, and now it'll be Schaefer covering back at his own defensive blue line. He's got two Peconic men on him, and so coming back is Gorloff to help out. He cuts out that wonderful pass to the top of the circle and instead skates the other way with it. 90 seconds left to go here in the first as the Stars gain the zone, but without possession. Peconic looks to get this out, and they do. They send it so far as Gorloff. Gorloff finds Schulman, who tries to jam it farther. Rolling puck. Didn't get as much power on that as he wanted to, and Peconic will take over in their own end. And it's Farrow now, picking that puck all the way up back at his end line with 70 seconds left to go here in the first. Farrow with a nice threaded pass toward Polisi. Polisi leaves it there for Russo. Russo dances around one man, contains the puck, and he's able to put that deeper at the near dot until Peconic finally does swarm him enough to get the puck and break out of their zone. It's Peconic coming back the other way. It's a 2-on-3 developing. Peconic tries a shot. It's deflected off Leshner's stick. The Stars able to just backhand that up to the near point until the Wildcats dump in again. Leshner fires to the far corner. Puck rolls all the way to the far half wall. Shot goes through the blue paint. Never troubled Diatelli there as Peconic throws one in. It sits under the pads there, and it's jammed in Diatelli's pads. Oh, that puck was bouncing just a little bit there in the blue paint. Diatelli did very well to close those leg pads up as it looked just a little bit loose between the leg pads. And Diatelli, the veteran netminder, knew to close the pads and make the save with 29.6 seconds left. Good work by him, and it's going to be a defensive zone draw at the near dot. Russo wins that draw back to Viscoso. Viscoso Sends that up off the glass. Bouncing puck's going to leave the zone, and now it's a 2-on-1 for the Stars. Bizarro takes it. He's got Polisi out there with him. Polisi loads up. He shoots right off the mask of the Peconic netminder. And a nice save by him as the Stars look to score here with just 12 seconds left in the first. Shot comes in, blockered aside. The Viscoso laser blockered there by the man in blue in the blue paint. And so with just 2 seconds left, that'll be the buzzer as period one's over from Abe Stark Sports Center. It's Stars 3, Peconic 0. Stick around. We're going to put 15 more minutes on the board. Do it all over again for the middle frame right here on Midnight Sports.
Hi, hockey fans. It's me, your child's school administrator. I've taken out an ad on Midnight Sports just to tell you that I'm sitting here at my computer waiting to send you another email about some school-related event. Did you get those other 10 emails I wrote this morning? How about the ones I sent at 2 a.m. while you were sleeping? Did you make sure to read through the entire set of emails? In one of them, there's an opt-in for your child to receive help with college applications. It's in the 7th paragraph of one of the emails, but just for fun, I'm not going to tell you which. And oh, by the way, if you don't complete all the other forms, your child won't be able to attend school here next year. Good luck!
Well, intermission here just came to a conclusion. 15 more minutes on the board. Both teams still getting a little last-minute strategy at their benches. Shots are 11-4 in the Stars' favor, which seems like a relatively fair assessment of how that first period went. Wildcats with a few chances, Stars with a few more. And Wildcats do come over their bench here. Quick first period despite the 3 goals, no penalties on either side. As we move to the period of the long change here, it'll be Stars going right to left on your television screen and radio dial. And we're set. It's Fauci, McCarthy, and Schulman out there as the forwards. Farrow and Leshner as the defenders. Peconic wins that faceoff. It'll be Fauci, though, taking the puck at his own blue line, working it up toward McCarthy. McCarthy hits the stanchion there on a heavy hit right in front of his bench. He looks just fine, though, and onward we play. It's Peconic streaking into the zone. They're in the slot. They send one low. Diatelli equal to the task as that ensuing shot comes in. Not put on net just yet, and then hits the side of the cage as Farrow able to clear that puck up to the near half wall. Boy, Peconic's best chance comes just 15 seconds into the second period. Diatelli, though, gets in the way of that one, and onward we play. Puck comes up to the defensive blue line of the Stars, jammed out there, and McCarthy takes over. McCarthy into the offensive zone. He's all alone, and now he's got a streaking Fauci in the slot. Gets handcuffed by that pass, comes all the way up to Farrow. Farrow shoots just over the cage. And the Stars now scramble to get that puck. Broken stick on the ice. One Peconic defender without a stick right now as Farrow shoots that in. Hits a lot of bodies, goes wide, and it'll be McCarthy to pick that puck up. Turn it over toward Lecter, and the puck does eventually come out of the zone. This might give Peconic a chance to grab a stick. Not just yet as Farrow dumps that in. The Stars can make a change here. It's Peconic picking it up in the far corner with possession. They're harassed by the Stars momentarily. And the puck comes again out of the zone. We'll get a quick whistle here as it looked like it might have been offside. It'll give the Wildcats a chance to get all 5 skaters with a stick in their hand. 13:36 left to go here in the middle frame. Period of a long change. And so that's why Peconic couldn't grab another stick. They weren't by their bench in the defensive zone. It's Nicolaitis winning that faceoff toward Gorloff. Gorloff finds Viscoso. Nope, he sends it up toward Bizarro instead. Good play by him as the Stars able to keep the zone through Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis jams that deeper for Bizarro. Bizarro now curls with the puck. He's got a man all over him who sends that to the weak side of the ice, and it'll be Nicolaitis at the far half wall on the backhand, dumping it in deeper. Bizarro fires in, side of the cage, throws it in front. Oh, Fisher looked to get 2 on that one. The shot went just wide. Now he's in the high slot as Fisher, sending that bouncing puck in deeper. It'll be Bizarro turning toward the near corner, picking up the puck momentarily until Wildcats are all over him. Puck comes up toward Gorloff, kicks it over to Nicolaitis. Threaded pass comes in. Fisher goes just wide of the cage. Bouncing puck touched home. Oh, my. Well, that one Looks like it's going to count. We've got a point there toward the net, but there might be some conversation as the officials discuss it. As it stands, it's a Dominic Pizarro goal. And we'll see what the officials say. Peconic bench asking if that puck wasn't hit a little bit too high or gloved in. The officials disagree. And so it stands as a Dominic Pizarro goal, as that puck took a huge rebound off the end boards, came over the cage, and then it was baseball batted home by Pizarro. Stars 4, Peconic 0, as we play on here in the second period. Wildcats able to dance around a few men, send that up to the far point. Shot comes in, goes wide of the cage. Looked like it might have taken a deflection on the way in. Now McCarthy upends his man. Ensuing shot hits a body in front, and it'll be Russo picking up that puck. He's got Schulman with him, right down the right wing. Russo trying to get the puck to him, hits a skate instead. No real passing lane there. He tried, just couldn't get it to work, and so Peconic comes the other way. They chip it farther, make Schaefer turn. It's Farrow getting back. Peconic in on Diatelli. He's able to shut that shot down. He stands tall and earns some plaudits from the bench. Russo now sends a headman pass up toward McCarthy. McCarthy on the puck, goes all the way to the near corner and then throws it into the slot. Nobody home for the Stars. Peconic has a little bit of time and space to set up their breakout play. They do, using the boards. It's 2-on-2 the other way. Peconic scissoring into the zone, sends that shot wide, and it'll be Polisi on the backhand trying to get that up and out of the zone. Kicked aside, the ensuing shot was by Diatelli, and now Pizarro gets on his horse. He's got two men in front of him and one man back checking him, but he's able to gain the offensive zone and then send that rink wide until the pass is cut out eventually. But Pizarro on the forecheck picks the puck up again, sends it in deeper. Peconic now on the puck behind their own net, trying to get that puck out of the zone. Fauci all over his man on the forecheck, and Peconic still not able to break out just yet as Fauci gets the stick in the way. Leaves it down for Pizarro, dumps it in deeper. Peconic will pick it up there behind their own net. Puck comes all the way up to the far half wall. Schaefer pinches in, and Peconic sends a long pass up and out of the zone. Fauci just gloves that down, and the Stars will have to reset in the neutral zone. Pizarro takes a big hit to guide that puck and keep Stars possession. They can't quite get up in time. It's going to be a penalty here, it looks like, on Peconic as they touch up after the hit on Pizarro. It's unlikely to make the Wildcats bench happy, but Pizarro took a big hit there, and we'll see what the gesture is. Now it's going to be a game misconduct here. It's going to be a 2-10 for Peconic as they go to the bench. Might have been head contact. Unclear just what the gesture was, as the referee was close to the scorer's table. Hard to see from the camera well here, but in any event, it's a 2-10, which at home, as far as you're concerned, it's a 2-minute penalty. The player who committed it is out of the game for 10 game minutes. But in terms of 5-on-4 skating, that's 2 minutes that the Stars will have an advantage unless they score. Puck comes over to Pizarro, goes just high of the cage, trying to pick a corner there. McCarthy works it right back over to Pizarro. This is the Stars' top power play unit out there. Missing Zimmich today, and so it will be McCarthy for Schulman. He's got Pizarro down low. Russo in the bumper. Comes over to Nicolaitis. He pots that home. After that puck hit a few bodies, it's James Nicolaitis finding the back of the cage with 10:31 left to go here. Shot came in from Schulman. Hit a couple of bodies. Russo might have gotten a touch on it. James Nicolaitis makes no doubt about it as the Stars increase their lead. Stars 5, Peconic 0. 10:31 left to go here in the second. Well, shots 13-7 in favor of the Stars, and Peconic will make a goaltending change here. Nearly halfway through this one, could be a planned change. Always difficult to know. And a little bit of discussion here with the officials telling the player serving the 2 of the 2-10 he can head back to the bench. Player serving the 10, who was guilty of the infraction, has to stay in the box. But it is 5-on-5 hockey after the Stars potted on the power play. And so it'll be Fauci at the dot, winning that over toward Fisher. Fisher controls with 2 men on him. right in front of the ad boards, and eventually Peconic comes away with it and dumps it into the zone. Only so far is Schaefer, though, works that puck up toward his blue line, finds Polisi, takes a hit, but leaves it for Fisher, who returns the favor for Polisi. Polisi coming into the slot, just out of his reach. Shot comes in off Fisher's stick, and it's saved nicely there by the new netminder to the game for Peconic. Well, trial by fire there, as that one goes off the side of the cage, and it'll be Polisi looking net front, trying to send something out there. Hits a skate, puck rolls all the way to the far corner, and Peconic will touch it farther. Not out of the zone just yet, as that rolling puck settled by Gorloff tries to send that over. Instead, Peconic gets in the way, and Gorloff will take back over at his own blue line. Skates away from two men, then uses the boards to send that puck up into the offensive zone, but without possession. 9:40 left to go here in the second period, as Fauci tries to touch that puck farther. Instead, the Wildcats send it on up all the way into the offensive zone. It's a mini 2-on-1, but Schaefer able to push that pass behind the other Peconic man with the puck in their zone. Fauci all over his man, as Peconic can't quite leave the zone just yet. Puck at the top of the circle. Polisi guides that to the weak side of the ice to buy the Stars some time to set up. It's Fauci forechecking his man, who jams that out of the zone. Rolling puck might come in on target here, so it's just going to be covered and then released toward Gorloff, as Diatelli didn't want to draw a faceoff in the defensive zone. It'll be Bizarro on the puck now, working that puck up toward Nicolaitis. One-touch pass toward Russo. Russo tries to send that pass to some open ice, but two Peconic men find him very quickly, so he dumps it down toward Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis leaves it for Russo. Russo throws that all the way up. Handcuffs everybody, though, as that puck's going to leave the zone. 8:44 left to go here in the second. It will be Viscoso on the puck, working that up weak side toward Bizarro. Just out of his reach as the Stars were making a change. Bizarro didn't want to touch that one and get a too many men on the ice penalty anyway, and so it'll be Viscoso at his own blue line. He's got two Wildcats on him. They touch that into the zone. Schaefer goes over to cover, as Peconic able to make a change here with 8:23 left to go. In the offensive zone is Peconic, and they're able to keep the zone at that far point, at least momentarily. Then it's kicked farther by Russo, who finds Nicolaitis, who finds Bizarro in the slot. Bizarro tries to thread that through two men, nearly did, and Nicolaitis would have been all alone in front. Instead, Peconic comes the other way. Icing waved here as Viscoso turns to pick up the puck at the end wall. Viscoso has a man on him, now two, tries to jam it farther. Instead, Peconic's going to be at the side of the cage. Now they're behind the cage, and they work that up to the near half wall, now the near point. Peconic throws a shot in. Oh, that fluttering puck goes over everyone. Diatelli complains that there was a stick to the face mask there, but with 7:49 left to go in the second, it's going to count. And so it's Stars 5, Peconic 1. Well, that fluttering puck just went over the shoulder. On the replay, it looks like Diatelli has a case about getting hit in the face mask with a stick. A high stick there, but uncalled, and onward we play here. Hey, folks, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. That's at midnight_sports. MIDKNIGHT_sports. Stars have the puck in the offensive zone. They shoot, they score. Oh my, just like that. It's a 5-goal lead again. McCarthy with a tight angle shot. Looked like nothing was cooking. Down at the low end of the near circle. And McCarthy says, that's enough space for me. And he's able to wrist that one home. 7:33 left to play here in the second. Stars 6, Peconic 1. Fauci at center ice works that over toward McCarthy, taken from his skates, and so Farrow will just clear the defensive zone. Peconic pours right back in. Farrow upends his man. Rolling puck comes to the circle. Shot comes in. Diatelli does well to save that one as it went toward the center of his chest. Couldn't get the blocker or the glove on it, but he did enough to flutter that puck wide. Peconic keeps the zone now. A little bit of belief from the men in blue after scoring a goal, despite the fact that the Stars answered immediately. Peconic able to keep the zone momentarily. It's Fauci now, though, on the backhand, clearing the zone as we tick under 7 minutes left to go here in the second. Peconic gains the line, sends that puck in, but it's going to go up and out after hitting the dasher and clearing the glass. So this faceoff should come just outside the Stars' defensive zone. Shots 13-9 in the Stars' favor. Goals 6-1 in the Stars' favor. Faceoff just outside the Stars' defensive blue line. Polisi, Nicolaitis, and Fisher out there. Fisher tries to steal a little mini break there. Instead, Peconic comes the other way. Curling into the slot comes Peconic, but it's touched farther by the Stars and out of the zone. Fisher joins the rush here. He loads up on the forehand. That shot goes wide. Polisi to pick this up at the far half wall. It takes a hit in the back keeps his skates. Fortunately, as he would have gone headfirst into the boards there instead. Viscoso able to fake his man out, touch the puck just a bit farther, and then lay the wood on that man on the back check. Instead, though, Peconic comes in without possession, and it'll be Nicolaitis cleaning that puck up, getting it all the way up to the blue line, not out just yet. Peconic now with the puck at the near point, trying to send that to the weak side of the ice. They do. A little bit of room over there at the top of the circle, and Diatelli says no. That shot came from the far circle, and Diatelli able to glove that out of the air and kill any offensive zone opportunity on that particular sequence. Stars will get a change here. It'll be Farrow, Russo, Schaefer, Pizarro, and Fauci as the 5 skaters in white. Faceoff's going to come to Diatelli's right. Puck's dropped, won by Peconic. They throw it in off a body. Now it's in the low slot. Look out! Wildcats score from the mid-slot there. 5:59 left to go here in the second period. It's Stars 6, Peconic 2. Well, ensuing faceoff's going to be the same 5 skaters out there. It'll be Fauci, Pizarro, and Russo. Farrow and Schaefer behind them. Faceoff's one forward by Fauci. Peconic controls in the neutral zone momentarily until Pizarro picks up a loose puck, curling in the high slot. Pizarro on the forehand, sends that just over the cage. Russo tries to send the change just a little bit lower. Instead, Peconic able to leave the zone with it as they break into the offensive zone, do the Wildcats. Puck comes over to the top of the circle. Schaefer watches his man wide, and now Russo on the back check, able to get that puck out of the zone. Peconic takes over at the red line. Russo all over his man. Peconic streaks through the zone to try and take it again. Pizarro gets in his stick in the way, not once but twice. And now it'll be Fauci touching that puck on deeper into the offensive zone. Peconic sends that up to the blue line, evades all sticks. Should be an icing here, arms raised for it. And it is. 5:14 left to go here in period number 2 from Brooklyn, New York. It's Stars 6, Peconic 2. Offensive zone draw upcoming for the Stars. It'll be McCarthy, Nicolaitis, Viscoso, Schulman, and Leshner as the 5 skaters for the home team. Nicolaitis leans over at the dot. He wins that faceoff. Shot comes in. Saved nicely. Rebound touched home by McCarthy. Oh my, the Stars wasted no time on that draw. They were able to pot there as that puck went Nicolaitis to Schulman to the goalie's pads, and McCarthy did the rest. It's Stars 7, Peconic 2. 5:11 left to go here in the middle frame. It'll be Russo at the dot. McCarthy out there as well. Looks like Schulman as the right winger, trying to take the puck off his man. Peconic able to dump in deep. Viscoso turns to pick up the puck at the end wall. He's got 2 Peconic men on him. Leshner mans the front of the blue paint just in front of Diatelli. Puck rolls loose to Schulman. Schulman's got McCarthy on a 2-on-2. Schulman jammed up there. Nice long stick. Good gap control by Peconic. And they'll send the puck the other way. Viscoso will give chase. Go point to point with Leshner, who pick up the puck at his own near defensive half wall. Puck now comes up out of the zone, and the Stars will dump in. Icing waved here as it went between the skates of a Wildcat skater. And the puck now at the far point. It's touched farther by the Stars, but without possession. 4:27 left to go here in the second period. Peconic trying to get this puck up and out of the zone. Puck comes up to the blue line, and Viscoso fires that in deeper. It's Peconic now trying to pick up the puck to get it out of the zone. They do. They're in the neutral zone, and Peconic into the offensive zone, looking for a slot pass. Saucer goes off a knee and comes to the near corner. It's McCarthy now, jamming that puck up to the near point. Touched farther by Peconic in the offensive zone. Good keep by them. Rolling puck comes to the slot. Leshner there first, works that puck up into the neutral zone. Russo tries to touch it farther for Schulman. Instead, Peconic jams it back to their offensive blue line. Viscoso picks up the puck in his own zone. He's got 2 men out there, one changing in front of the Peconic bench. Manages to get it past everyone, and Peconic picks it up again at center ice. Leshner all over his man as Peconic will have to reset here. And that puck's jammed all the way in by the Stars. Boy, Fisher, a man on fire out there. One-man forecheck machine finds Nicolaitis. Nicolaitis goes just wide with the ensuing shot. Fisher now looks to pick it up at the far half wall. Able to stop the breakout play, and it's sent in farther by the Stars. 3:20 left to play here. Nicolaitis with a tight angle shot. Kicked aside by the Peconic goaltender. And Peconic will pick it up behind their own net. Peconic looks to set up a play here to escape all this Stars pressure. Instead, it's Polisi picking it up. He sends that pass into the slot. Can't find a stick, but Nicolaitis on a tight angle shot sends it through the blue paint again. Leshner pinches in to keep the zone, finds Polisi, and Polisi tries to touch it farther. And now the Wildcats looking to spring a break here, but Viscoso, wise to that play, cuts out the threat, and Peconic will have to set it up again in their own defensive zone. Viscoso on the backhand, works that puck into the offensive zone, touches it just a bit farther until Peconic's able to send it off the glass out of the zone. Leshner there for cover. Works that puck into the neutral zone, and now Peconic pours into the offensive zone. At the top of the circle, but on the backhand, look out in the slot. A streaking Nicolaitis breaks that one up on the back check, and the Stars retain their lead. It's Peconic trying to work that puck from the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Leshner on the puck, sends that forehand all the way down. Touch there by Peconic. We'll have to curl in their own zone as we tick to 140 seconds left to go in this middle frame. It's Peconic on the puck at the far point. They dance into the neutral zone, and now trying to work that puck farther forward. Russo, though, all over two men, able to gum up any zone entry as Fauci now in for support. Peconic comes away with it, and they're going to be able to dump this puck in. They're in the high slot. They work it all the way over to the near side. Pizarro on his man, makes him pay for the effort as Fauci taps that farther out of the zone. Peconic just doesn't have much time to set up shop in the offensive zone right now as the Stars are all over him. Fauci on the forecheck. Peconic works that out of their zone into the neutral zone, but they'll have to give chase right in front of the Stars bench. Pizarro again makes his man pay for touching the puck, and Peconic sets it up again. 1:30 left to go here in the second, and the Stars are going to be offside as that's touched farther by them just before they had cleared the offensive zone. 1:26 left to go here in period number 2. This faceoff's going to come just outside the Stars' offensive zone. It'll be Fisher, Fauci, and Pizarro, Gorloff and Schaefer as the 5 skaters. Fauci at that far dot. Wins that faceoff back toward Schaefer. Schaefer gives chase. He's got Gorloff with him. He goes point to point with him. And Gorloff able to cut out that zone entry and find Pizarro. Pizarro into the offensive zone. Will stop, wait, and then dump in. And Peconic sends it right back the other way, looking not to give up any goals with the remaining 70 seconds in this period. Peconic throws that into the slot. On the backhand are the Wildcats. Can't pull the trigger, and so it'll be Fisher with Schaefer escaping the zone. Pizarro now into the offensive zone. He's on the forehand, looking to buy his teammates some time to get set up here as he sends a backhander into the slot, and then it's saved nicely off the Fauci shot. And so Peconic unable to escape the zone just yet at the far half wall. Peconic will rack that around to the weak side. Pick it up at the near half wall, but Fauci there too forces his man into a pass. And so now Schaefer can pick up the puck in his own end with 36 seconds left to go in the middle frame. He'll go point to point for Gorloff. He'll track back, dance around his man, and then reverse it over toward Schaefer and take a stick to the face for his efforts. Now the Stars send that all the way down. Peconic doesn't touch it, but because they were close enough to it, icing's waved. Russo on the forecheck as Peconic tries to escape the zone. 14 seconds left to go. Peconic through the neutral zone, can't quite dance around Schaefer. The puck's kicked all the way to the far corner, and it's Pizarro now trying to see out the rest of this second period. Works that puck on over for Gorloff, and Russo gets in the way of any shot lane. There goes the buzzer. After 2, it's the Stars 7, Peconic 2. Stick around. We're going to be crazy. Do it all over again. Put 15 more minutes on the board for the last time here today on Midnight Sports. We'll see ya after the break.
Hockey fans, do you or someone you know suffer from not enough hockey? If so, you're not alone. There are billions of people like you, and many don't even know they have NEH. Symptoms include being able to visit with family and friends on weekend nights, waking up well-rested, and in extreme cases, an inability or unwillingness to yell coaching instructions at children despite rules and guidelines that explicitly forbid such behavior. If you or someone you know is dealing with the effects of NEH, please find your closest ice rink and
and sign up for every program you can find, even if it's just Snowplow Sam. When it comes to NEH, help is out there, and without help, you might actually have to take the vacation you have planned.
On the board, Stars 7, Peconic 2. If you're just tuning in, you have missed some offensive fireworks by the men in white here as they play game 1 of 3 this weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow, Midnight Sports travels along with the Stars down to Ashton, PA, where they have 2 games against the Delco Phantoms 15U Diamond team. That's tomorrow starting at 11:45 a.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. Well, period 3 just kicked off here. 15 seconds into it, Peconic tries to find the offensive zone. They do. They're at the near dot. They throw that into the slot. Look out. Oh, Diatelli gets post up post. Able to blocker that up into the netting. And so with 14:37 left to go in the third period, it's still Stars 7, Peconic 2, excuse me. How about that? All right, it'll be Nicolaitis at the far dot here. He's got Bizarro and Viscoso out there with him, as well as Gorloff. And looks like Fisher as well. Nicolaitis into the offensive zone, taking that puck deep. Fisher right in front of the net, waiting for a pass. Bizarro picks that puck, jams it in deeper at the half wall, looking for Fisher. Pass comes just a bit high. Fisher able to chop that out of the air, but not do much else with it as Viscoso tries to hold the point. Bouncing puck gets past him. Peconic into the offensive zone now, sending that into the slot, but cut out nicely by Gorloff. Gorloff on the puck. Works that all the way across center ice. Looks for Fisher there. Peconic comes the other way. Peconic really looking to get on the scoreboard here early and make this a tighter contest as Nicolaitis goes at it with his man in the near corner. We'll see. It's like an interference call, as the Stars man will go to the box here. Alternate captain to the box for interference with 13:55 left to go here in the final frame. Stars up 5, down a man. Defensive zone draw coming up for them. It'll be Fauci, Russo, Viscoso, and Gorloff out there as the penalty killers. Peconic gets set as they pick their 5 skaters to come over the boards here for their first power play of the game. Peconic wins that draw to the top of the circle, goes to the far point. Peconic settles the rolling puck there, and now they dance in at the top of the circle. A little curl with the puck, come all the way to the near point. Will Peconic trying to set up a shot. A lot of bodies in front as that puck comes down to the near corner. Shot comes in, hits a Peconic body in front, and now it's sticked farther by the Wildcats, who try and set up a scramble play in front of the net. Puck comes all the way up to the near point. Peconic threads one in. Rolling puck kicked aside by Diatelli there as the Wildcats retain possession. The Wildcats on the puck now at the near circle. They'll pass a little bit there. 40 seconds off the man disadvantage here for the Stars as Peconic's had a lot of offensive zone time. Shot comes in. Oh, screen shot scores. And Peconic turns this into a 7-3 hockey game with just 13:09 left to go here in the final frame. They've tightened it up a little bit. And so, Stars will be back to 5-on-5 hockey, but now only have a 4-goal lead. It'll be Schulman with Fauci and McCarthy as the forwards. Farrow and Schaefer as the defensive pairing. And again, 13:09 on the board left in this one. Face-off won by the Stars. Farrow works that up toward McCarthy. McCarthy on the puck, dances into the offensive zone, still has the puck, throws that over toward Schulman, who hits the post. Oh, Schulman was a whisker away from reestablishing the Stars' 5-goal lead. Instead, it hit the post, sat in the blue paint, and then was cleared by Peconic. That puck comes all the way out of the zone. Now it's a mini break for Peconic. Getting back is Farrow, jams up his man. He's going to take a penalty to do it, but he's able to get stick on puck momentarily. It'll be Farrow out of the box, though, after it looked like he might have held the wrist of the attacking player. And so 12:41 left to go here in the third period. It's going to be Farrow to the box for holding, and the Wildcats are being called over to their bench. So again, it gives us time to remind you, tune in tomorrow, 11:45 a.m., subject to carrier restrictions. You know, when Midnight Sports goes on the road in this area, it's a penalty shot. Holy moly. Instead of a timeout, it's a penalty shot. In on Diatelli, they shoot, they score. Wow, that was a late call from the officials. They had skated over to award a timeout. Instead, the other official dropped the puck at center ice. So, well, you get a replay both with the highlight and tomorrow's games. Congratulations, home viewer. You can do two things at once. In any event, Peconic scores on that penalty shot. And so now it's a 7-4 hockey game with 12:39 left to go here as the Wildcats pick up the puck and jam it not out of the zone. Polisi loads up, and that's going to be gloved down by the Wildcats, who have breathed new life into this game. 7-4, shots 15-12 in favor of the Stars, but this one has tightened up considerably in the last 2.5 minutes. Well, apologies from the broadcast booth there. Peconic had called a timeout, but it looked like instead, upon thinking about it, they had agitated for a penalty shot, which, by the book, probably right, as the Peconic man was in all alone on Diatelli. And then assuming the penalty was rightly called, which it looked to be, the Peconic man was held back, hence the penalty shot. In any event, rolling puck comes into the low slot, steered all the way out of the zone by Leshner. Polisi tried to take it in stride, but it got caught under the skates. Peconic on the dump in throws that out of play. 11:59 left to go here in the third period. It's going to be a face-off just outside the Stars' defensive zone. Well, it'll be Fauci out there at the far dot. He's got Russo and Fisher with him. Viscoso and Leshner as the defensive pair. Bouncing puck comes into the Stars zone. Leshner wise to that puck, though, able to settle it and send it out of the zone. Now, Fisher and Russo all over their man, as well as Fauci, as that puck trickles into the Stars' defensive zone, and then it's sent right back out by Viscoso. Back in come the Wildcats, but only momentarily. Couldn't hold the zone. 11:37 left to go here in the third period. Wildcats offside. And it's going to be a draw at that far dot again, just outside the Stars' defensive zone. Now it'll be Russo out there with Fauci and Fisher still. Gorloff and Schaefer as well. So same three forwards out there who had done well to come up the Peconic attack to start. Now it's Peconic throwing one in on Diatelli. Able to kick that, stick that, and glove that all in the same play. A good save by him. No rebound coming as Peconic was streaking toward the net. Diatelli, though, bought the freeze. And with 11:29 left to go here in the third, it's a defensive zone draw for the Stars. Fauci ties up his man at the dot. It's sticked farther there by the Stars. Fisher able to jam that out of the zone. An important play as Peconic had been buzzing. Fisher takes that all the way into the offensive zone. He's got Russo at net front. It's thrown all the way up to the far half wall, and Fauci throws that through the blue paint. A lot of throwing going on out there as Gorloff sends that in deep. Russo touches it farther. Peconic sends that up to the near point. Not out just yet. Gorloff tries to hold the zone, and now Peconic does find the puck in the offensive zone. It's Peconic streaking toward the net now as that rolling puck comes in. Diatelli, though, puts that into the glove, and so it's going to be a defensive zone draw for the Stars with 10:55 left to go here in the third period from Brooklyn, New York. Faceoff's going to be drawn by Nikolaitis. He's got Fair out to his left. Leshner behind him. It's tapped out of the zone there by Schulman. Good veteran play there by Schulman, not to try and carry the puck out of the zone, but instead just relieve some of this pressure. McCarthy working with Schulman now to keep the zone. McCarthy fires in at the end boards, and Peconic upended there. We're going to get a call as Peconic went headfirst into the boards. Looks like it's going to be a roughing call with 10:38 left to go here in the third period. Looked a little bit like Peconic had gotten a skate caught, but it might have been nudged farther by McCarthy. Certainly was in the eyes of the official. And still a little bit of complaint from the bench on the visitor's side of the ice, wondering why that wasn't a 2 and 10 for boarding instead of just a hooking call. In any event, Stars up 3, down a man. Nicolaitis out there as the penalty-killing center. One there by Peconic. They send one in wide of the cage and look to pick up the puck on the near side of the ice. Guided up to the near point. Not out just yet as Peconic sees that puck roll. Now LIAHL will use the boards and jam that up to the near point again. Puck comes to Peconic at the top of the near circle. They send that rink wide and look to set up a play again into the slot. Peconic sends that behind the net. The Stars will get there first. Bouncing puck kicked down by the Wildcats, and the zone kept momentarily. That breakout pass hits a skate. Now Peconic at the near point. Dangle around one man, shoot it in. Oh, Farrow gets his stick in the way just in time. And so it'll be the Stars looking to clear the zone. Some tired skaters out there for the Stars as they're down several men here today. It's Peconic on the puck, trying to send that up to the far point. Not out of the zone just yet. Nicolaitis, who does the dirty work and is able to get that puck out of the zone. It'll cross the end line, but it'll go for an icing with 9:36 left to go here in period number 3. Still 57 seconds left to go on the man advantage for the Wildcats. Now it'll be a defensive zone draw. Some new skaters out there. Stars doing well to cycle their lines here today, down a few skaters. But alas, there's only so much energy in those legs. It'll be Russo winning that faceoff over toward the far half wall. Bizarro now in on the forecheck. Shot comes in. It's stick down, and just like that, it's Peconic 5, Stars 7. 9:30 left to go here in the game as Peconic has made this a 2-goal hockey game. That pass deflected down out of the air by Peconic and past the Stars. Ensuing faceoff will be Fauci, Fisher, and Bizarro. Farrow and Schaefer as the defensive pair. Peconic controls that faceoff only so far as Schaefer at his own blue line. Schaefer turns with the puck, uses the backhand to work that puck up and out. Tapped farther by Bizarro for Fisher. Fisher now into the offensive zone, just offside as he tried to play that pass up toward Bizarro just past the blue line, but instead puck got stuck on the ice momentarily. So with 9:15 left to go in this game, it's a face-off just outside the Stars' offensive zone. Fauci wins that face-off over toward Bizarro, just a little out of his reach, and Peconic comes away with it. Peconic now in the neutral zone, trying to dump that puck in. Peconic still needs a few more to tie this one up, and it'll be Farrow instead dumping that puck in. Stars would love to get a little insurance on that lead, given how back and forth this game has been thus far. Puck comes out to center ice. It's Farrow on the puck. He's able to shield that puck with his skates and then work that up toward Fauci, who finds Bizarro. Bizarro dumps in. Stars happy to kill some of this game in the offensive zone if they can. Puck at the near half wall. Peconic works that puck up. They're cheating a little bit behind the Stars defenseman, trying to get some mini breaks to tie this one up. Peconic in the offensive zone. Farrow able to steer his man wide and then reverse the puck over toward Bizarro. Bizarro tries to leave the zone with it instead. Puck comes up to the top of the circle. Shot comes in, blockered down there by Diatelli. Still alive, still in front of the goal, but the Stars clear it up toward Fisher. Comes away with the puck. Fisher gains the line, sends that in on net. It's going to be gloved there by the Peconic goalie. And so it's going to be an offensive zone draw with 8:12 left to go here in the third period. Stars in the offensive zone. They'll get some new skaters out there after they were able to buy a faceoff at the near circle. It'll be Polisi, Nicolaitis, and McCarthy as the forwards. Viscoso and Gorloff as the defenders. Puck comes over toward Polisi, who throws it into the high slot. Peconic there first. They get that puck out of the zone. Looking to split some defenders are the Wildcats. They're at the top of the slot. They shoot. Saved there by Diatelli. Ensuing shot hits the side of the cage. Maybe it hit the side of Diatelli. Doesn't matter if you're a Stars fan, though. Jason Diatelli able to make a couple of saves in a row there. And the puck goes out of play. 7:55 left to go here in the third period. Defensive zone draw for the Stars. Won by Peconic in the high slot. They send a shot in. Kicked aside there by Diatelli. It'll be the Stars trying to take over behind their own net. Gorloff has a man draped all over him, but he's able to avoid him and get that puck up to the far point. Not just out, though, as Peconic looks to send that puck in. Backhander comes in, hits a body. And Viscoso then jammed under the pads of Diatelli. He gets down in time and gives the Peconic man a little bit of what for after he took a swipe at his legs. So Diatelli rising to the occasion there as there's 7:32 left to go here in the third period. And Peconic making a big push in this one. Defensive zone draw for Nicolaitis at the near dot. Works that puck up to the slot. Shot comes in, kicked aside by an alert Diatelli. He said no on the quick snapshot by Peconic. Puck comes up to the near point. Polisi tries to work it farther. Peconic able to keep the zone. Nicolaitis comes away with possession. Nicolaitis on the forehand looking for McCarthy. Just misses his stick, but Peconic was close enough to it that icing's going to be waved here. McCarthy bodies up his man at the end boards. Peconic comes away with it behind their own net on the forehand. They thread that pass up to the blue line, and it'll be Leshner trying to tap it farther. And if you're a Stars fan, you have to look at that play by Leshner as a good one, as two Peconic men were streaking behind him. And had he not played that puck back into the offensive zone, it might have been a rush the other way for the Wildcats. Sometimes a strategic offside makes some sense here at the 16U youth hockey level. Puck's dumped in there by the Stars. Pizarro on his man. His man turns the other way at the far half wall, and Russo tries to jam up the breakout. He does. Well, it would have been a 2-on-1 the other way there for Peconic, but Russo with a nice back check, able to dump that puck in now. It's Pizarro again at the far corner. Peconic trying to get him out of the play and send it up to the near half wall. They do. They leave the zone with it, but without possession. Now they come the other way, but they blow a tire, does Peconic. They had a 3-on-1 developing there. Just couldn't keep the feet long enough, and Leshner picks up that loose puck, gains the line, dumps it all the way in. 6:20 left to go here in the third period as the intensity just picking up a notch as Peconic pushes to cut this lead in half, and the Stars try and reestablish a 3-goal lead. It's Peconic coming the other way now. Schulman all over his man. Peconic mini 2-on-1. They load up. They try and send something all the way across the ice. They throw it in front of Diatelli, who jumps on the puck. Thought about sticking it out to a defender, but instead, with 6 minutes even, Diatelli jumps on that loose puck at the top of the blue paint. And so it'll be a defensive draw here for the Stars at the far dot. Gorloff, Schaefer, Fisher, Fauci, and McCarthy. And it looks like we're getting a stoppage in play here. Timeout by the home team. And so, I promise you, this time it's not a penalty shot. This time it is certainly a timeout. So folks, tune in tomorrow, 11:45 a.m. from Pennsylvania. Carrier restrictions, of course, apply. As we were trying to tell you earlier, before the penalty shot was signaled, sometimes when Midnight Sports goes on the road well out of our area, it's unknown as to whether we will have an internet connection to bring this to you live. If not, of course, we'll do our best to tape it and upload it, old school style. But we hope to have a connection tomorrow from Iceworks in Ashton, PA, starting at 11:45 a.m. as the New York Stars take on the Delco Phantoms 15U Diamond team in 2 EJEPL games. Again, 11:45 a.m. Eastern and 4:15 p.m. Eastern. Well, the huddle's breaking now after that Stars timeout. Stars coaches wanting to remind all skaters and netminders what the situation is here with 6 minutes left to go. Just 360 seconds in the final frame here from Abe Stark Sports Center. And some last-minute advice right here in front of the camera well. It'll be Fauci, Fisher, Schaefer, McCarthy, and Gorloff back out there as the 5 skaters for the Stars. Fauci to take this draw. Puck's dropped. Puck comes into the slot. Shot comes in. Oh, Gorloff with a good stick sends that up and out of play on the deflection. It was a bang-bang play there for Peconic. And they were nearly in on Diatelli. Gorloff gets the stick in the way. And so the Stars will take a draw at the near side of the defensive ice. Nicolaitis wins that back toward Gorloff. Gorloff on the puck there. Sends that toward Schaefer. Schaefer sticks that on the backhand out of the zone. Shots now and even 17-17 for both teams. Peconic trying to work that into the offensive zone. Peconic crosses the blue line, and they dump in. And Diatelli does well to just shepherd that rolling puck down, cover up, and freeze it. He's taking no chances out there. That's a smart netminder who knows that he doesn't want to give Peconic any free chances at it. So because that puck was rolling, You just never know how it's going to come off a stick, and so he was able to just snuff out any offensive play there for the Wildcats. Ensuing draw, won by Nicolaitis. Gorloff turns, picks up the puck on his backhand, threads that over towards Schaefer, tries to work it past his man, pinned against the boards. Peconic comes away with it. It's in the high slot. Look out. Slapper comes in. Slow roller. And Diatelli makes the save. And then Nicolaitis clears the blue paint. Puck not out of the zone just yet for the Stars. Peconic dumps that in deeper. Rolling puck comes to Gorloff. It looks like, no, it was Nicolaitis who was looking for Bizarro. Bizarro pours into the offensive zone. Peconic just gets there first. And now it'll be Gorloff pinching in to keep the zone. Rolling puck comes to the top of the circle and then finds Gorloff. Gorloff turns the other way with it. He's on the forehand, hits a body just to the side of the cage. Gorloff still trying to work this net front or to some open ice. It's Bizarro at the near point. He'll stop, turn, and curl with it. Try and buy some time for the Stars to get back. It's touched farther into the slot. Nobody home, though, for the Stars. And now Peconic off to the races. Into the neutral zone comes Peconic into the offensive zone. Not yet with possession as Schaefer able to separate his man from the puck and then take it to the near corner. Tapped farther by him all the way to the far corner. Peconic throws that into the slot. Handcuffs all players as it comes up to the near point. Peconic dumps in again. Schaefer on the puck at his end boards. Tries to play it off the back of his cage. Peconic comes away with it. Diatelli there, though. And he's able to cover up that puck. And so with 4:20 left to play, Diatelli freezes the puck. And the Stars have a defensive zone draw upcoming. It's Fauci, Polisi, McCarthy. Looks like Farrow and Viscoso as the defenders. Viscoso takes that face-off win, works that up toward Polisi. Polisi finds McCarthy. McCarthy on a mini break here at the near circle. McCarthy shoots, glove down by the Peconic goaltender. A wonderful save there as McCarthy pulled the trigger quickly. Puck comes up to the near point, not out just yet. It's at the near half wall. Now it is cleared by Peconic without possession. Viscoso turns on the backhand, tries to work that puck up the strong side of the ice. He finds Fauci momentarily, and Peconic will pick up again as we tick under 4 minutes left to go at Abe Stark. Peconic breaks into the offensive zone. They leave it at the far point. Shot comes in, hits a body, goes wide of the cage, and now it'll be Viscoso looking to pick up the puck. Oh boy, he upended his man right in front of the glass, but he's going to take a penalty for it, and we'll get a whistle there as we have an injury on the ice. Looked like Viscoso had gotten low on his man to try and go shoulder to shoulder, but because he was a little bit away from the boards, it will be a penalty on the Stars. It looks like it'll be a call for head contact as well. Now, that'll be it for Viscoso in this game. Should be a 2-10 here. And 3:36 left to go as Polisi will walk over toward the penalty box as well to serve the 2 of the 2-10. It'll be Nicolaitis at the far dot. He's got Gorloff, Russo, and it looks like Schaefer out there with him as the penalty killers. Face-off won forward by Nicolaitis all the way out of the zone. A wily play by him to send that puck out of the zone in the same direction the Wildcats were pulling. Split the defenders and has killed at least 12 seconds of this penalty as Peconic tracks back to their zone to try and get that puck all the way into the offensive zone. It'll be Gorloff picking up the puck on his forehand now behind his own cage. Gorloff sends that all the way up and out of the zone, and Peconic, because they were deep, are going to have to waste a little more time here to clear. They do. They're at the blue line is Peconic, and it's tapped farther but without possession. And so Gorloff will jam that all the way down to the other end. It's going to go for an icing with 3 minutes even left to go here in the third period. Well, still 1:25 left to go on the penalty to the Stars. 3 minutes even left to go in this game. It'll be Schaefer, Gorloff, McCarthy, and Shulman as the penalty killers out there. McCarthy to take this draw at the far dot to Diatelli's left. Puck sits at the dot, sent just a bit farther, and now Peconic able to pick up the puck and send it to some open ice. It's in the near corner as Peconic sends that all the way around to the far half wall. Peconic just looking for some open ice to set something up. Stars with an aggressive penalty kill. They're getting on the man with the puck as soon as he touches it. Now it's Gorloff over to the near corner, forcing his man to just jam up the play in the near corner. Another Peconic man will come in for support as the puck gets caught in some skates. Doing work over there is Gorloff to just gum up more of this power play. Peconic eventually emerges with it. They send a shot in. It's deflected wide of the cage, and now it's Schaefer being tumbled down there. No call coming by the officials after that hit. Shot comes in. Diatelli saves that one off the blocker and stick, but the Stars can't clear the zone at first. It's Gorloff on the puck, working it up toward McCarthy. Peconic can't keep the zone now. 32 seconds left to go on the man advantage for the Wildcats. 2:04 left to go in this game. Peconic needs a goal, and they need a goal in a hurry. They're able to gain the offensive zone, but not before they're offside. And so 2 minutes even left to go here in Brooklyn. It's Stars 7, Peconic 5. Still 24 seconds left to go on the kill here for the Stars, as this faceoff comes just outside the Stars' defensive zone. It'll be Nicolaitis at the dot, winning that forward, but without possession. Peconic picks up at the blue line. They're in the high slot. They send it over to the far point, and now they'll just have to dump in deep without possession. At the end boards comes the puck. Rolls out to the far circle. It's Nicolaitis who sees the point had been vacated, and he jams that up and out of the zone. This puck's going to go all the way across the end line. The Stars don't care, though, as they killed off another 10 seconds of that penalty. Just 5 seconds left to go on the man advantage for Peconic, and we'll keep an eye on their net as they may go empty here, down 2 goals with just 1:41 left to go in this game. It'll be Nicolaitis at the far dot. He wins that over to the far half wall. Farrow trying to settle that rolling puck on the forehand, reverses over toward Russo. Russo picks the puck up there. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey, as Peconic won't clear that net until they gain the offensive zone. It's Farrow on the puck. Sends that up and out of the zone once again. 1:24 left to play here as Peconic takes over the puck in the neutral zone, but only so far as Bizarro taps it farther. It's Nicolaitis pouring in now to the offensive zone. He takes a look behind him, and then he just jams that puck in deep. Smart play by him. Doesn't want to risk sending the puck in the wrong direction. It's the Stars now trying to swarm the Wildcats and keep their goalie in the net here. Bizarro all over the puck, sends a soft shot in, and that's going to take us under a minute left to play. 59.6 seconds left to go. Offensive zone draw for the Stars, who will make a change here. Looks like a timeout, though, coming for Peconic. Gives us time to remind you, you're watching this game on Midnight Sports. If you're at home and not cold in a hockey rink, it's Midnight Sports. Now shots 19-18 in the Stars' favor right now. 59.6 seconds left. Stars 7, Peconic 5 in this first LIAHL qualifying game for the Stars of this young season. Peconic calls their timeout here. We'll see what happens. It's a defensive zone draw for them, so you wouldn't expect them to break this huddle with 6 skaters on the ice. But they may be discussing that as soon as they get the puck out of the zone, they'll ice that 6th skater and pull their goaltender. We'll see. As loyal Midnight Sports viewers know, a lot can happen in the last minute of these hockey games. You only have to look so far as Stefan Gorloff's 3.9-second goal against the Jersey Wolves just a couple of weekends ago to tie that exhibition matchup. And the Stars certainly have that in the back of their minds as they're playing this one smartly and conservatively to get the puck out of their zone whenever they can. Get it across center ice and deep into the offensive zone. Now Peconic breaks their huddle first. Goaltender on the ice for them. Faceoff's going to be at the near defensive dot for the team in blue. Stars come out of their huddle as well. Looks like it'll be Fauci, Nicolaitis, Schulman. Now Fauci back to the bench now. It's Schaefer and Gorloff as the defensive pairing. Schulman, McCarthy, and Nicolaitis as the forwards. Now Gorloff back to the bench as Russo comes over the boards. Schulman back to the point. And so we'll see as the puck's dropped here. Nicolaitis wins that forward and gets back immediately. Puck comes into the blue paint. Stars can't pull the trigger. And now Peconic emerges with the puck in the neutral zone. Peconic goaltender leaves the ice. It's an empty net as Peconic looks to get a shot off. Stars, though, able to clear the zone so far as the 6th skater for Peconic. 42 seconds left to go as the puck is in the neutral zone. And Peconic looks to work that farther. Nicolaitis, a man on fire out there, gumming up the zone entry. And it'll be Schulman now taking that puck behind his cage, using the glass, racking it up to the near point. Not out of the zone just yet. Nicolaitis does the rest. He sends that all the way down. It's going to go for an icing. But the Stars don't mind with only 22.7 seconds left to go here in the third period. It's a defensive zone draw coming up for them, and a 2-goal lead. Nicolaitis at the near dot to take this draw. He's got McCarthy and Russo, Schulman and Schaefer out there with him. Nicolaitis sees that puck sit at the dot, and then Schaefer tries to steer it farther. It's jammed up there by Russo, not out of the zone just yet, but now it will be as that puck leaves the zone to center ice. 12 seconds left to go here as Peconic looks to set something up again. Unable to do so, though, as McCarthy gets in the way. Just 5 seconds left to play here, and now the applause starts in the arena. We're going to go final. It's Stars 7. Peconic Wildcats 5, and what turned out to be a very close game. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Midnight Sports. Don't forget to join us tomorrow, 11:45 a.m. New York Stars take on the Delco Phantoms 15U Diamond team. Until then, stay safe.